Welcome, acolytes. I'm Graveseeker, and this is a reaction to SSSniperWolf's Demonetized from Asmongold. Let's hear the man out, what he has to say, and I just heard of it. Yes, she actually got demonetized, presumably, on Twitter, but I know what I read, but I really hope that it's actually true, because this is pretty big, pretty much a YouTuber who's basically immune against any consequences got effed in a really certain way. And I like that. That's actually quite cool. So let's hear the man out.
Okay, we did get confirmation from YouTube. This literally just happened. So...
Yes, yeah, yes. Okay.
This is in response to Jack's Films making this tweet about SSSniperWolf showing up at his house and basically just being a deranged stalker. YouTube...
I agree. I full-heartedly agree. Every word he's saying is on the effing point.
Is responded to this right now, and this was, I guess, maybe about an hour ago, and they said this: confirming SSniperWolf has received a temporary monetization suspension per creator responsibility policies. Off-platform actions that put others' personal safety at risk harm our community, and the behavior on both sides isn't what we want on YouTube. Hoping everyone helps move this convo to a better place.
As it is, and as you heard it, it's sadly only temporary. There are people who get demonetized for way less, for way harder. But as I said, SSniperWolf has a certain immunity. And that she got demonetized for a short time is already incredible. I just don't know why they drag Jack in it, because he's not the villain here, to be honest. Yes, he did a lot of videos about her, but what the F? Why is he even dragged in it? I assume it's just because the YouTube crew stands behind SSniperWolf SF, and they just have to still give her the opportunity to let her look like a victim in some kind of capacity, so she gets sympathy. That's my theory on it.
Okay. I made a joke 4 years ago and my demonetization was permanent. Why am I being harshly punished in this person? Sargon is right. Well, I mean, to be fair...
Yep, Sargon of Avakat is exactly right. Yes. Why?
Actman was also temporarily demonetized, and then he was remonetized. And now Actman is remonetized even now. I do think that this is probably not the extent of the W that people were looking for. I think a lot of people were hoping that SSniperWolf was just going to be completely deplatformed, deleted off of YouTube, and YouTube was going to, hold a celebration stream of deleting her channel.
And no, I assume it was a half-half thing. Either this extreme or the other extreme, they just say she did nothing wrong. And the people in the middle would be like, yeah, she should get either a ban for a few months or a freaking permanent demonetization for just basically stalking someone. But as you know, the loudest voices are just the extremes, and I honestly don't think that this was even realistic. I personally didn't even think that something happens to her. I personally didn't even think that anything happens to her, and I'm extremely happy it did.
That's what I think a lot of people had wanted. However, I think this is at least good something is happening.
Yes.
It's performative demonetization. It's temporary. It's all performative. I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret, okay? YouTube doesn't care.
Yes.
Do you think YouTube cares about what happened with Jack and SSniperWolf? No. They're totally irrelevant to YouTube. They don't even begin to matter. YouTube doesn't care about them. YouTube doesn't care about their problems. The only reason why YouTube is acting on it is because YouTube is looking bad. And that's the same reason.
Yes, and this is true. The only reason why she even got the slightest of a hit on the hand is because YouTube looked bad. That's all. That's the only reason. Yes.
Reason why Sargon got demonetized. Sargon does a lot of, type of political content.
Yes,
and
he does.
The odds are he could have said something that would make advertisers leave. So,
yes, I agree that Sargon, but in a fair world, was it deserved? No, in my opinion, not. But he does a lot of political things, and yes. And what do we learn here, Acolytes? Literally, you can stalk, steal, and just basically be a horrible human being, even torture animals on camera. Nothing will happen to you. But as soon as YouTube looks bad, or you have a differing opinion in a political case, you're done. You're just done. Just attack YouTube in a way, and you're just that can anyhow somehow damage the monetization of YouTube, and it's fine. And why did I say that torturing animals? There was a Japanese woman that ate calamaris in front of the camera while they were leaving. She literally tortured them before killing them. And I learned, I am a butcher. I actually slaughtered animals. And my opinion to that is, we need to eat meat, so just slaughter the animal as quick as possible so it doesn't feel pain. Don't torture it, at least. And no, she just did it. This is a personal pet peeve of mine. But yeah. And I am happy that at least something has happened, at least a bare minimum.
So SSSniperWolf went and she made a post about this. This is what she said on her Twitter. This literally just happened. Let me start by saying I'm sorry for my recent actions. It's inexcusable. I'm sorry to Jack's Film, YouTube, the entire creator community, and my incredible fans for not being a better example of appropriate conflict resolution. Jack's Film, while we certainly don't see eye to eye and have our differences, I'm sorry for reacting the way I did. I should have taken the opportunity to show young creators how adults and professionals resolve conflicts by communicating directly.
Yeah, by community. Yeah, and she still.
Respectfully and not privately, not for views or content, but in a meaningful example on how conflict should be solved. I will reach out directly, and I hope that we can find some time to connect and communicate respectfully. I'd also like to thank YouTube for holding me accountable. I deserve it. I respect the decision and appreciate the opportunity to learn and grow from a true lapse in judgment. I don't think this one's really particularly that bad. I think this one.
I don't think it's bad. I think it's just pure written per contract, as it is just it means nothing. Basically, it means nothing.
Fine. What do you guys think? Yeah, I don't know. Do you guys think it's bad? I think this is fine. She took accountability for it. She said what she did wrong. She didn't make an excuse for it. She said she's not going to do it. She accepted the punishment. And she didn't try to blame anybody else. I feel like this is a pretty good apology. Now, you can dislike the apology. You can think that she's still a bitch. You can think that she's a terrible person. But I don't think that this is a bad apology. It's soulless and generic. I've never read anything that SSSniperWolf has ever written. Goated PR team? If she had a PR team write the statement, she is still the one that's approving the statement. Even if she had ChatGPT write the statement, she is still the person who presses enter whenever it says tweet. She is saying this statement accurately reflects my feelings. I don't think it matters.
I disagree. I think either it says, yes, this statement reflects my feelings, or, yes, this sounds good. I think this should be said even if I don't agree with it, because it looks better in the public. And I think it's the second one, more or less. Because why should she? I mean, she literally just freaking doxed a guy and pretended she doesn't know shit. Let's say it like this. I agree to the degree that Asmongold said, is this a good apology? Okay, yes. Maybe after I think about it, yes. But she is still a piece of garbage.
Like, okay, so one thing you have to keep in mind, every apology you read on the internet was probably not written by the person who actually made the apology. It's either written by a PR team, written by AI, or a friend helped them write it. So like, just get that out of your mind.
Learned something new?
Yeah, any of these video game apologies go through like 5 different PR teams. Like, yeah, that's just it. Everyone uses publicists or PR, yes. So this is not anything unique or special. Yeah, the PR team can also press enter on Twitter. Yes, but she has to give them the ability to make that decision.
Does she though? Does she though? I mean, she basically outsources everything except for her reactions. I think she could also... I mean, I have no evidence, so probably not, but... From the action this woman takes...
What's this here? She still needs to suffer actual consequences, though. A temporary demonetization is simply not enough.
Nope.
What do you...
I disagree with that because there won't happen anything about it. This is the only punishment she will get. That's all. And we should be happy that she even got this.
You think would be... I think that Instagram should ban her account.
Yes.
I think Instagram should just like full stop ban her account. Without a question. She literally doxed somebody on that platform.
Yes, yes.
Like, what happens on YouTube is not what happened. Like, it didn't happen on YouTube.
Yes, well, I agree. It didn't happen on YouTube, but it has certain consequences no matter where it happened. So, I would say, as he says, ban her on Instagram, but demonetize her on YouTube just to show her, okay, this is your punishment for setting us, shitting on our community. So learn something from it.
So, like, okay, fine, whatever. But, like, Instagram should permanently fucking ban her. I think that they open themselves up to some form of liability if they don't. Right? Like, what happens whenever Jack's Film has somebody else show up at his house, they try to attack his house, and then he sues Instagram for providing a platform and harboring a person who they know for a fact is doxing him.
Ooh, I didn't think about that. Ooh, this is actually a food for thought.
So yeah, if something like that happens to Jack's Film, I would be immediately suing Instagram. And that's why Instagram should act.
Smart.
Isn't liability protected, though, by these platforms? Only to the extent that they don't have knowledge of it. And I think it's pretty obvious that Instagram did have knowledge of this.
Yes.
But has he reported it to Instagram? I'm sure he probably has. Agree with Instagram ban. Would you ban someone from WoW for cheating in Final Fantasy 14? Off-platform penalties is dumb. I agree that off-platform penalties is dumb, but the reason why I think that it's acceptable in this case is that the reason why it happened, let's be honest, was on YouTube, and it was between 2 YouTube content creators.
Yes.
So a better example of this would be you have 2 people that are working at like rival companies, and they get in a fight off work hours at like a bar somewhere, and it was a fight that happened because of something that happened at work. I think that does involve those 2 companies that they work for. I think it does. The beef started on YouTube. That's why YouTube acted. Yes, and they are also part of the program. And also, like, the harassment policy that they have extends to off-platform behavior. And I think that to an extent it should. The viewers she gets from YouTube being used by a tool for a bad thing, sure. Did JJ get any repercussion from platforms? Jack's Films? Why would he get any repercussion? I don't think so.
Yeah, why?
Let's see here.
I don't understand
so I'll
the
read
question.
some comments here. YouTube did confirm that.
Also, why should he? Why? I think this is just a vindictive person that's like, well, if one person gets punished, everyone has to get punished. No. If you're the victim in something, don't get punished. It's easy as that.
So something did happen. This is good that YouTube did something. I will say this is more than what they did in the Quantum TV situation.
Oh,
of course,
yeah,
Quantum probably
definitively.
wasn't quite as bad as SSSniperWolf because he did not physically show up at Actman's house, but at least YouTube did something.
Yes.
So let's see here. How is she doxing him? She did not release an address. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I go to your house, take a picture of it, and then I post it online and say, hey, this guy's a really bad dude, I'm pretty sure you'd want me to take it down too.
I want to... actually, yeah, agree.
Let's be a little bit more honest here, okay? Let's see here. He did nothing wrong. Suspension should be permanent. Needs to be permanent. How long is she suspended for? I low-key want to stalk people. I need to know how much money it'll cost me. There we go. Elon Musk suspended journalists for Twitter. It was doxing, and he was crucified by mainstream media. If you don't see a double standard, yeah, again, I agreed with Elon Musk banning people for doxing. I totally agreed with that. And so, yes, totally think he was in the right for this. Give me 1 second here. I'll read the rest of these. Jax Films has to move due to all this on YouTube. I'm not sure yet. If he does, he should definitely sue her and probably also sue Instagram for providing a platform for it and not taking action on it, which means that they are willfully allowing it on their platform. Only temporary, with permanent suspension of her channel and for future content. Stuff coming up about her grooming kids for YouTube videos is horrendous. I heard about that. That was very problematic as well. Let's see here. We put temporary and bold. Punishment does not remotely match the crime she committed. She did not commit a crime. Your favoritism and bias towards your money-making biggest creators is despicable. Should all be ashamed. She did not commit a crime. And if she did, it was not even on YouTube. Doxing is a crime. Doxing is not a crime in America. And that's where they both are. It is in California. Well, if that's the case, then yes, it is a crime, and he should pursue charges against her. Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm actually just learning this right now. So doxing is against the law in California?
I hope he pursues her, yeah.
I've never heard this before. It falls under cyber stalking, yeah? Well, that's great. I had no idea. Isn't it public info? Well, it's like, I mean, again, like, it's like how people are using it. So yeah, that's great. That's a California W. Awesome. Yeah, I had no idea about that.
Yeah, I actually like that. I loved it. This should be punishable everywhere. Just to be completely honest, you should get in freaking jail for that. If it happens not on purpose, let's just say I don't know what, how, you swing your camera and you have a house in it, you don't know who that is, you don't say anything, but a 0.5 second showing of your house is in it, then maybe not, because, well, who gives a F, but yeah, most of the things, definitively.
And so, yeah, if that is the case, then this is a totally different conversation. It has to be intentional and lead to harassment. Yeah, which I'm sure Jack probably can confirm. All he needs is literally one person to interact with him in any capacity, and he can say it's harassment.
Yep.
Illegal equals W? Yes, I think it should be illegal. I think going to someone's house is intentional. No, but it's about the harassment. I agree with you on the second part. That's probably why the apology was so tame, because she doesn't want him to sue. Yeah, that's smart. And I'm just glad YouTube did something. To be honest with you, I was actually expecting YouTube to do nothing. I thought YouTube was just going to totally ignore this and pretend like it didn't happen, just like they do with everything else. You? Yeah, yeah, same. Yeah, I felt the same way too. So I'm very glad that this happened. If she actually did break the law in doing this, I hope that Jax Films, I hope that he pursues every legal action he possibly can against her, because the truth is that getting her demonetized on YouTube is not really as important as making sure that there is some form of accountability for bad behavior.
Yep, I agree. 100%, yep.
I would rather, instead of people being canceled online, they get canceled by the law.
Yes.
I would...
This is literally what I said a bit before. Yes, it should be punishable per law, and
love to see that happen. And it would probably be easier for it to happen for SSSniperWolf, because she's actually already committed crimes before.
Yep.
And then I can react to the court case, exactly. Does YouTube demonetization also affect sponsorships? No, it does not. I'll read a few comments about this, but yes, I'm glad something happened. Has Jack posted about this at all? Let me see what he says. No, he hasn't posted anything about it. He hasn't said anything about it. Armed robbery and something else. Yeah, armed robbery and like some other thing.
Yeah, by the way, I think he won't say anything. If he's smart, he won't say anything if he pursues her legally. Because if he says something, this could be taken negatively in the courts. And because it's, well, I mean, let's be honest here. It is a specific case in, well, maybe she didn't mean it. Maybe she is so dumb. No, come on.
Yeah, I forgot what the other thing was. Cyberstalking is pussy shit. They should be sent to jail. Oh, of course they should be. Yeah. I don't think anybody should be afraid to live their own life. This girl will get in trouble again, and she won't get canceled until it happens later. It's a question of when, not if. You could be right.
I hope he's right.
Even though doxing is not illegal in many other states, you can go to jail for it. Many other reasons. I've heard about that,
Really?
but I understood that like there were like kind of like umbrella laws that you could get accused of, but not anything specific. That's why I'm glad to see the California actually making a rule against that.
Yeah, the first good step.
Isn't her apologizing to him like an admittance of guilt? Jack seems like he'd have a very easy case here. I don't know. I really like. I think that you would. Let's wait for the legal video on it.
I mean, at the end of the day, yes, it is an admission of guilt, but it's actually seen favorable in the courts.
In 2 days.
But I don't know how it's in America.
His mother was caught child abuse, her own children on her channel. It took years. Yeah. Anyway, point that I'm making, end result, I am very glad that YouTube has done something. Should it have been longer? If she gets temporarily demonetized for a month, I will find that to be ridiculous. And I think also this calls into question if doxing somebody is grounds for only a temporary demonetization, why does Sargon of Akkad not have monetization after a joke 4 years ago?
Yeah, true.
It's outrageous. But celebrities get their addresses released all the time. Why is this any different? Hot take. I think that they should be able to pursue legal action against the people that present that information, that make it public.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I agree with that.
I think that
This is also a pet peeve of mine. I think that if you get this information and you get stalked by a paparazzi, he should be just legally get accounted for and go to jail for that. It's that simple.
The whole idea of
and if some kind of how's it called, paper releases this information and say, well, we just released the information, but the paparazzi, and we won't say anything about the paparazzi, who he is, sue the papers. It's that simple.
Paparazzi should be literally illegal.
Yeah.
It's stalking.
Yeah, it is.
Full stop, it's stalking. We should never have any acceptance for bad, creepy, antisocial, weird behavior. Yep. These are people acting in bad faith. There's the celebrities, they can't do anything about this. It's outrageous. It's company-funded stalking. It's like, yes, it's profit-driven stalking. So you want designated areas where you can and can't film? No, I think that you should be able to film in public. I absolutely think so. But sending reporters and...
Come on, really? Like, are you that dumb? If you film in public, it's something entirely different than specifically targeting a person. Those are two totally different things. If you target a person, you're literally just targeting the person. If you really just record something in public, you're not targeting anyone. You're targeting, well, whatever you're recording. I mean, it could be yourself, it could be a statue, it could be a bird that just shit on the road.
Sending people out there to make a job of trying to find people in public and follow them back to their house. There's a certain level of intellectual dishonesty that you're engaging in whenever you think that filming a video outside in a public space is the same as a paparazzi chasing down Brad Pitt. This is a level of intellectual dishonesty I will not even engage in. Should be considered harassment. Yes. Being a paparazzi is just legalized stalking. Why does it even exist? I don't know.
Because it's legal.
But it's freedom of the press? Well, I disagree with this level of freedom. Isn't it obvious? Like, you can't...
Yeah, if you really, really think that I mean, yes, I am also for freedom, but there has to be some rules to it. I mean, if you get stalking in that, what the F? Stalking is a freaking crime, in my opinion. And I am talking here as a actually receiver of stalking. I had a freaking stalker, and I literally had to, well, call the police against her. That didn't do anything. Literally run away. Literally, I just couldn't get rid of her. Because that's legal. Even in Germany, that's freaking legal. Especially if you're a man, people just laugh at you. Until the day came, and then she let me alone. Luckily. And I don't advocate for punching anyone in the face. But in this case, well, it was basically fucked up. I'm sorry. I couldn't defend myself legally. And if you really want to make that legal, just because you say, yeah, paparazzi, it's just because of press. No, fuck you. Honestly, fuck you, definitively. Just, pah.
Can't just use a word and then be like, well, obviously you could say anything like that is freedom of the press. For the press to do anything that they want, you could use a defense to it. Oh, that's freedom of the press. The press just publishes something that's totally fake. They say 9/11 didn't happen and the towers are still up. Like, yes, you could say, oh, that's freedom of the press. That's what makes it a gray area, in my opinion. She took a photo from a public spot, morally bad. Lawfully legal, though? No. What is the most important thing in the law, to my understanding? Intent. Her intent was bad.
Yes.
It's obvious that it was bad.
It's very obvious.
Any reasonable person could see that it was bad. What are we talking about? Anyway, outcome is the most important part?
No.
Actually, I think...
No. The outcome and the intents are equally, in my experience. It's more or less, yes, even if you do something and it's a, well, shitty thing you done. If your intent wasn't to specifically do that, that makes the outcome a bit less. Of course, it depends on the outcome itself. Because let's just say the following. Somebody wants to kill me, stab me, I defend myself and I stab the person. You could say, well, the outcome is murder, so go to jail. No, the intent wasn't. I didn't want to kill that person, but, well, he wanted to stab me, so I stabbed him. In self-defense.
I think you're right. Yeah, outcome is more important than the intent. You're definitely right, because that depends on what the crime is, right? You're drunk driving, you get a DUI. You're drunk driving, you kill somebody, you're now being charged for murder. But I think intent is like second, right? Slippery slope. Trying to determine intent is a slippery slope. Ooh, yeah. I don't know, guys.
Yeah, as it is, I'm happy she got punished in a simple way, so it is what it is. But as it is right now, my acolytes, good night.